everyone, and welcome. And today I'm joined by someone whose voice, humor, and honesty have earned her a well-deserved spotlight in the professional beauty community. You may know her as Erica6 Style on Instagram, where she shares relatable, educational, and often laugh out loud content for hairstylists and clients alike. Erica6 is a salon co-owner, stylist, and educator, and today's conversation was really sparked by an Instagram post Erica shared around the topic of salon service pricing. So thank you so much for taking time to talk to me.
Of course. Yeah, I'm happy to be here. Thank you so much.
So the post I'm referencing had a caption that starts with, "Sometimes going too cheap costs you more in the end." So that was really a message to clients, but it's also a message for the community. So what inspired you to share that message, and has there been client behavior or experiences that prompted it?
Yeah, I feel like this, especially in 2025, has become such a topic that's like controversial in some people's eyes. And I felt the need to bring awareness and education to this because I know there's been a lot of price shaming for stylists that maybe are charging their value, but they deliver results. And I can't tell you how many times I've had clients sit in my chair with major corrections going on. And, they just said, "I wish I would have just seen you first." Because when someone goes and gets a cheaper service and they don't get a good result, now you have possible damage and you have a lot more going on, as opposed to just treating your hair as an investment and going and seeing someone who can really deliver the results, who maybe charges more, but they can consistently deliver the results and educate you on how to properly take care of it. So I felt the need because, again, I see a lot of clients coming in that are consistently saying the same thing, that 95% of people that are new clients are corrections. And so I feel like there's just this need to share this as treat your hair as an investment. Most people care about their hair. I don't know a lot of people that don't care at all about their hair. It's your identity in a lot of ways. It's like your best accessory. It's like 90% of your selfie. Treat it as such. And so clients, or I would say stylists that know their value, that know how to deliver results, are going to be charging more. And so anyways, I just felt like this was a good topic to bring up because, again, there's just a lot of people who don't understand what goes into pricing and why certain stylists are charging more. And so, yeah, that was just kind of what sparked that. I feel like it's like a very consistent thing that's happening. So I just felt like this needed to be said.
Yeah, I appreciate you too using the term price shaming, because you're right. We unfortunately see a lot of that. And I'm going to ask you a little bit later about these premium kind of correctional services you're specializing in. But you also, in this carousel, you talked about when you were fresh out of school, which this isn't surprising, you may be undercharged. So what helped you finally feel confident charging your worth, and what would you say to a stylist who is still afraid to raise their prices?
Well, I get it. Hair is hard. There's like no question about that. And I will go back to this story. I kind of bring this up to people, and it's like I did this I was fresh out of school. I went right into renting. So I was on my own, fully. And so it was a little bit scary, but I was like, take it till you make it, right? I did this 12-hour correction on this young girl who was 17 years old, and I charged her not even $200. And I felt so mentally and physically exhausted and drained. I actually lost money by doing that. And I'm like, what am I doing here? I had a moment of realizing I have resentment in that moment. Why did I do that? It's so it gave me a kind of an epiphany of if I keep doing this, I'm not going to want to stay in this industry. I'm not going to make any money. I'm going to resent all the clients, and I'm not going to be respected, and I'm going to attract more of those people that want basically free services. So I get that it's really hard to raise prices and charge more than a few $100s. I get it. I was that stylist. However, hairstylists deserve to make a living. we put so much into our careers. Well, if you're a career stylist, I would say you put so much, thousands of dollars, sometimes every year, into building your brand and your business, to pour into your clients to make them look and feel really good. And there's a lot of value there. I think going back to the first one of like, cheap hair and stuff, like we all know when we've had bad hair. And I think when you have good hair, there's so much that goes into that and how someone feels about themselves. So I would say I basically started to really educate myself, and I was starting to notice that I was getting a lot of people saying, wow, like I've never had this good of hair. So I was noticing that I was consistently being complimented on my results. And it just like little by little, I started surrounding myself with like-minded people. I was really starting to like be hungry for growth and to be like the best that I could be. I didn't want to ever just be a complacent stylist. For me, it's like, if I'm going to be in this industry, I'm going to be in this industry, and I'm going to do as good of a job as I possibly can. So I started to develop like a mindset around like, I want to be the best, or I want to be the best version of myself. So that's what started to like boost my confidence. And then in terms of the actual pricing, I would say for the stylist that's afraid, okay, so life expenses go up every year, do they not? I think they do. Like, there's no question, like food goes up, rent goes up, your mortgage goes up, taxes go up, all those things go up. But if we never raise our prices, we actually start to lose money. And like I said, just in the beginning of this question, hairstylists deserve to make a living. Like, why is it like we shouldn't be able to like make money? I mean, we're all here to make money, like to live. And I think it's kind of crazy that when a hairstylist wants to charge X amount of dollars, that seems expensive to a lot of people, that they're shamed for it. It's like, I see people drop $5,000 on a new handbag, but don't want to spend $800 on their hair. It just is weird to me. But just going back to like helping someone with the pricing, I think just think about how the cost of living goes up. Therefore, we deserve to be charging more. So don't just let your anxiety take over that part. Just really be confident in yourself and start to like build all of your skills, so that pretty soon you will feel a little bit more confident. And I don't know, there's different ways of introducing prices. You can just post about it. I mean, I don't know, there's lots of ways to do it, but it's just like repetition. I think once you start doing it and just like make that jump and go, no, I'm going to raise my prices a little bit every year, it does get easier.